Hello, people of Kylorne. Today we will be watching to see which one of these Kylorne nations survive. I only chose like the most popular and filler ones of all the nations, as there's more than just 24 nations. You got Vendar, Poldemorg, Leintia, Enki, Owith, Theros, Colodus, Araxos, and everyone else if you can read. So, let's get into it. River Reach runs away from the cornucopia. Colodus runs away from the cornucopia. Ah! Elijahheim scares Vendar away from the cornucopia. Alona finds Elysium hiding in the cornucopia and kills her. First death, Carps of knocking them. Aspaxia, Araxis, and Asterion share everything they gathered before running. Amaranthine takes a handful of throwing knives. Zeleste grabs a backpack and retreats. Olaf runs away from the cornucopia. Poldemorg also runs away from the cornucopia, so does Majacpi. Geltrick rips a mace out of Insiden's hands. Here Kaman runs away from the cornucopia. Theros takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Leintia runs away, so does Enki, so does the testicles, Barsemi, and Zelo grabs a shovel. So one person died. That was pretty quick. Here come on, Leintia and Zelenople hunt for the tributes. Osterion diverts Oath's attention and runs away. River Reach receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Araxis and Aspaxia hunt for other tributes. Pacific Consortium thinks about its village. Colodus discovers a river. Enki tends to Sidon's wounds. Amaranthine receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Alona travels to higher ground. Jackpot attacks Elijahheim, but she manages to escape. Vendar cannot handle the circumstances and commits die. That's a bit no-no. Rip Vendar. Geltrick goes hunting. Theros forces Poldemorg to game end Zeleste or Carps of knocking them. He decides to kill Zeleste. Barsanemi receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. 3 people died. Elysium, Vendar, and Zeleste. Damn. Already. Barsanemi tends to testificate Consortium's wounds. Carbon Noctem fends off Elijahheim, Leintia, and here Carmen. Geltrick convinces Majacpi to snuggle with her. It's a bit sus among us. River Reach loses sight of where she is. Apaxia, Asterion, Owith, Alona, and Amaranth track down and kill Araxis. Araxis is the hollowed land of Araxis. Bless them. And Sidon screams for help. Zelenople destroys Enki supplies while she is asleep. Theros quietly hums. Poldemorg tends to his wounds. Colodus bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Oh. Poldemorg makes a wooden spear. Testicles receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Aspaxia, Asterion, and Alona successfully ambush and kill Insalden, Amaranth, and Enki. Oh, there's so many people dying already. He, come on, thinks about home. Barsanemi picks flowers. Majacpi begs for Carps of knocking them to kill her. She refuses, keeping Majacpi alive. Elijahheim overhears Geltrick and River Reach talking in the distance. Theros throws a knife into Owith's head. Leintia questions her sanity, as an average Leanie does. Zelenople receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Araxis, Colodus, Insalden, Amaranth, Enki, and Owith. Damn, bruv. There's already been 9 nations gone. I was staring at alone a huddle for warmth. There's a bit too much shipping material here. Barsanemi stays awake all night. Hui Kamang cooks her food before putting her fire out. Oh, that's epic, man. Testicles thinks about winning. Oh, at least you didn't die from game ending yourself. Lintia is awoken by the nightmares of the deep tide. Apaxia tries to treat her infection. Theris goes to sleep. Zelenople receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Don't trust the Zelian with a hatchet. Majakbai, however you say it, attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. River Reach cries herself to sleep, creating a new river. Elijah Heim is also mad and screams for help. The vampire climbs up onto a tree. Geltrick sets up camp for the night, and Pottermore goes to the same tree. Now they're having border fights over the little land they have. Carps of knocking them steals from Lentia while she isn't looking. Elijah Heim, Geltrick, Aspaxia, Asterion, and Pottermore hunt for other tributes. Riverreach, Testicles, and Alona hunt for other tributes. Hirkaman makes a wooden spear, and Theris constructs a Greek temple. Jackpie is pricked by thorns while eating berries. Xenople and Barsanemi hunt for other tributes. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. No one died this time. Oof. Okay. Asterion and Aspaxia got the most kills. I've got a kill, but they died. Oh, I didn't see Alona there. Alona's got 5 kills. Bruv. That's a bit too many. Lentia thinks about winning. Barsanemi cries herself to sleep. Testicles defeats Hirkaman in a fight, but spares her life. The honorable way. Geltrick receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. River Reach and Pottermore tell stories about themselves to each other. Starion sees a fire, but stays hidden. In the snow. Theris passes out from exhaustion. Alona starts a fire. Elijah Heim poisons the vampire's drink, but mistakes it for her own and dies. Oh my god, the dwarf beer killed them. Zelenople sets up a camp for night. Oh. Majakpai repeatedly stabs Aspaxia to death with sighs. Base. Carpe Noctem receives fresh food. Zelenople discovers a river. Majakpai steals from Barsanemi. Geltrick receives medical supplies. The villagers spare Theris in a fight, as they did last time. Very honourable. Asterion camouflages themselves, but Lentia tried poisoning River Reach's drinks, and then mistook it for her own and died, just like Elijah Heim. Alona hunts for other tributes, Herkimer just sleeps, and Pottermore pits flowers. Can't imagine like a big hunking orc doing that. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Rip Lentia, rip Elijah Heim. Pottermore, Herkimer, Theris and Zelenople sleep in shifts. Barsanemi looks at the night sky. Carpe Noctem cries themselves to sleep. Geltrick, Riverreach, and Asterion cheerfully sing songs together. Testificate Consortium receives fresh water. Majakpai is unable to start a fire, but underneath that, also in the ground, Alona falls into a pit and dies. Barsanemi discovers a river. Asterion attacks the testicles, but Carpe Noctem protects her, killing Asterion. Majakpai, Geltrick, Pottermore, and Riverreach form a game-ending pack, game-ending themselves. Zelenople throws a knife into Kuiman's knife. Yes, I can English. Theris accidentally steps on a landmine. That's a few deaths. 8 people died that time. Who was still alive? Okay, there's only 4 people alive. Carpe Noctem, Barcinemi, Zillanople, and the testicles. Bruh. Alona's still got the most kills though. Even in death. While the testicles are setting a fire, Carpe Noctem, Zillanople, and Barcinemi get into a fight. Carpe Noctem kills them both. It's gonna be the most anticlimactic ending. Testificate Consortium bleeds out due to untreated injuries. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, and guess who's winning? The winner is Corpse of Knocking Them from District 5. Yeah, baby! Rip, man. Everyone else is dead. This is the prediction for what will happen in the future. Carpe Noctem, in the end, the vampires will be fighting the villagers to the death, and then the villagers are just all gonna just like contract like a blood disease, and their just blood just starts falling out. Well, if you liked the video, please, man, like and subscribe, please, bruv, please. Yeehaw, yeehaw, yeehaw.